Hello. In this video, I'm going to discuss about ChatGPT prompt. I'm working for some time and trying to understand how this works, and I think in near future, the prompt is one of the most important thing. Okay, it's always says garbage in, garbage out. So, how to frame a question? So instead of asking anything which anything means you can ask anything and you get anything reply. So I decided to create a very specific business information and then check how ChatGPT replies. So what I created uh, a company with some basic information. Like take example, I created a company called Bax FZT, and I'm trying to provide information about this company, telling like this company has this business and this company established in particular year. I started with 3 employee and the capital investment is this, and lot of informations are there. And then I'm trying to ask ChatGPT like, please can you identify after reading these text which is the most critical problem this company is facing. So let's cut this one and go to the prompt and paste it. That's how it defines. So I pasted basically a textual information, and once the information is pasted, it's describing in a very professional establishment, which is the uh, back FZ established in 2018, correct? It started with 3 employee. Yes, the initial capital was this. Growth is this. Employee count is this. Customer base is this. So now the chart GTP knows this company information. So I created a prompt saying identify. Let me type it and then I can read. Identify which department is going with the critical issue and need to address on immediate basis. Suggest only one department. Now see what the reply comes. Based on the information provided, it seems HR, human resource department, is facing a serious issue. The need to be addressed immediate basis. The high turnover is the problem. Basically, then okay. Suggest action to improve HR department issue. Okay, so it understand the question very well, describing me the three particular issue like employee engagement, development program, okay, recruitment and onboarding, and performance and management feedback. Let me ask about my training. Okay, employee training is indeed the critical issue. So it's added and then it start improving. So now we can, if we can go back from the top. So what was the case? We created a company profile basically and given that profile to ChatGPT. So first ChatGPT, what they have done, they segregated, they understood the data, they read the data in this format. Okay. And then when I ask a prompt, okay, Like, what is the critical issue? It's immediately identified human resource, which is giving us a very good indication in future. Once we develop a business applications where we can have our own data, and that data will be passed to the chat GTP to analyze and tell us the problem. And this is a classic example. Take example, what we can do, just go and change the prompt. So what we can do here, we have, I just change something, like I changed, like, in a sales, in sales side, three active customer in last 4 years, company has added 32. So I'm telling, we have total, company has added 32 customer, but the active customer is only three. So as I'm indirectly telling, there is a issue in the employee customer retention. So let's test this prompt and see how it comes. Okay, identify. Now I'm going to tell identify. Same thing. I'm asking to identify. Let's see is which one is identify. Still is taking the HR. See, it's found the sales. It's amazing. Like, it's like a human is reading. So what happened here? If you see how they are trying to figure out, when they are reading the text, frankly, if you ask me, what prompt we are asking is not replying. They are not replying the prompt. They are creating the prompt for themselves to learn. Now here you can see when I entered the first time, it shows here the imply count. Okay, here they said the both value 23 imply and 5 imply terminated, and here also. But here when it went in this one, how is distinguished, like, so it means they realize in this episode, what we can understand here, the implied problem is not a bigger problem than the customer problem. So let's see, let's change the number again in the customer retention. Instead of 3, I am making 15, because I want to understand, is there is a calculation they do in the somewhere in the memory. So when I paste it, it's going to read everything. So it's readed all the information. No. And I'm telling you why it's happening, because it's reading based on the information sales department has the issue, but it's still 15. I changed the value. Okay, it's not a bad scenario. 15 was there, and if you see the above one, what was our total imply was there, and you can understand the difference, how it's happening inside the memory. So see, we have a 12 customer, active customer out of 32. Then it's identified the implied department is the most important. The HR department is the most critical department. Now, when I change the prompt, if you see carefully here, what I've done, I'm telling inside sales, he has 50 active customer in last 4 years and 32. So how come? It's only because because of the memory means, like, it has a loaded learning now. So to do this, let's close the browser so the memory is gone, and let's go back and paste the same scenario. So let's paste this one here. Now we have a 15 and correct. So it's reading. See, I did not ask any question. I just provide the information. And see here, out of 40 to 50 left, they are just okay. Let me ask the questions. So you can see in the last prompt, it got trained. Uh, you reach out the limit. Okay, I reach out the limit because I was keep checking. Okay, so it's okay. I need to buy a prompt. Yeah, I need to buy a paid version. Okay, but you can understand here what I'm trying to figure out. What I figure out here, if you see the last, we have the last here. You can see here we started from here. Okay, it's no these two prompts we have done. So let me read it here from here. When I pasted the first time, it's given me the description, and then it's given me identify implied convert sales and everything. I think this was the yeah, we can read this one because the other one I created before. So let's read this one. So you can see here I started with the yeah, imply count 23 and the 52 left. So when I pasted this one, the immediate they captured which was the human resource, which is correct. Okay, suggest me three. So it's given me three. Okay, what about the implied training? It's given me the implied training. Then I pasted again and I changed the scenario. I changed the scenario in the customer value. Like I said, okay, I have only three customer out of 32. So it went and it identified the sales department. Until here is perfect. Then I went and again I changed the data from 15 3 to 15. So it should go back to the problem has to shift to the HR department. But here it says sales department. And I believe why it says sales department because it has in the memory. So it did not, it should because when I pasted this, I'm not asking any anything to address here. I'm just providing the information. If you go back in the first prompt, when I pasted the first time, when I pasted this information, it was just information. So overall, they appeared the experience substantial growth. So it did not identify anything, but it learns like whenever I'm going to ask this kind of information, I need to reply something that is called, it's learning. It's learning. So sometimes learning is also in the wrong way. So this is the one problem which which these model will be keep learning and keep improving because it's in the same memory. But I can see a very good opportunity in future. Like when you have, take example, you take one customer. Uh, Ordering process, payment process, and the profit margin, or maybe you can make a sheet where you have multiple customers information with all the sales and everything, and then you ask, please identify the five customers where we need to focus. Depending on the data, I think generative AI is going to do a big help in the future, but it has to connect with the ERP system. Okay, it's not every time you are going to. So I'm assuming like lakhs application is going to, the whole software industry is going to be reborn. Okay, every software which has been written in last 20 years, has to be redesigned. Maybe I think the data entry will disappear. Nobody's going to do anything in data entry. These all, chatbot AI system is going to do. So in this video, I just wanted to share this